What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and we are going to be updating our Maneater composition this evening, talking about where we are. We're about 3 weeks in trying to build this un-killable team and see what kind of results we can get on it. So we've had some pretty cool developments here in the last week. I'll kind of go in here and show you what we're working with now. Obviously, we've got Battle Sage still as the team lead for the speed aura, so that we can not have to worry too much about the speed requirements on the gear and just be able to run the unkillable comp. One of the cool things is I was finally able to get her into a full toxic set, so we are getting some poison damage on the clan boss now, and that has been really helpful. It's made a surprisingly big difference, especially on Ultra Nightmare. So the plan going forward is to continue to farm this toxic gear to try to build up another set or two for some other champs on this team. So pretty cool developments. Now, one of the other cool things we were able to do was I did get a 6-star attack banner to drop finally from the spider, and it hit attack percentage twice. Unfortunately, it did not hit any speed at all on her, so when I exchanged this out for the banner she had been using, which was this one, which unfortunately was accuracy, I had to make up 4 speed somewhere else, so I wound up having to swap out my toxic shield for the legendary one I had in there. But overall, it didn't really do too much, and it allowed us to actually almost hit 3,000 attack on our battle stage. Her base is 980, so she's doing a pretty good amount of damage now. If we could try to get this crit rate up to 100%, that would probably be helpful. But right now, we just kind of want her to be placing those poisons on the clan boss now that she does have that set in place. To kind of show you how we're doing, we do have some other toxic gear that we were able to farm up. I've been running Dragon 20 pretty much non-stop trying to get some gear, so we do have a couple pieces. Unfortunately, that one only hit speed 1 time. This one doesn't have speed on it. I do have, this is the shield I had on her before I swapped out. It had 9 speed, but unfortunately did not hit speed anywhere else. We've got a couple other pieces here. Unfortunately, nothing with speed except for this one pair of speed boots we've already leveled up. That's going to go on to one of our other champions on this team once we are able to get a complete set going. We still have our 2 Maneaters basically in the gear that they were in before, still not even fully leveled up at this point. And one of the big problems we are having as well is this Maneater is in a set of crit damage gloves. You can see here his crit rate is not anywhere near 100%. That's a problem. The same thing with Seeker. I believe he's in crit damage gloves as well. So we are missing crit rate gloves on 2 of these characters. So we still have that as something to do. I've also been trying to farm to get those. Had no luck at all in the last week getting any crit rate gloves with any speed. That's kind of the problem with these, is you've got some pretty big speed numbers on here we're going to have to replace, but we definitely want to get these 2 champs in crit rate gloves so we can get that damage up quite a bit higher for Seeker and the one Maneater. Painkeeper we haven't really done anything with. She's just kind of doing her thing here. Now, I'm trying to think here. We've got this set of boots on her right there, and we could swap her into these toxic boots if we wanted to. She already has a toxic shield on her. As you see, we got a really good 23 speed roll on that. She's going to be a candidate as well for running a toxic set. So we can still have a lot of stuff to work on here. It's pretty cool that we're actually able to run this this composition. It's pretty awesome. I'm really excited just to see how much further we can take this team. Let me kind of show you how we've been progressing. I'm going to go in here to the clan. You can see here we did our 2 keys today on Nightmare, and we hit 46.39 million damage. Now on Nightmare, you only need to hit 39.16 to get the top chest. So we're well clear of that. We're basically a consistent, easy 2-key Nightmare now on this team. Doing about on average about 23 million. Now last week we were doing about 20 million. So just getting that toxic set on Battle Sage has given us about an extra 3 million damage per run just on that one champion. So I'm pretty excited to see what we can do once we get that toxic set on a couple of these other champions. And I'm also thinking about maybe using the Fury set because that gives you more damage as you lose HP. That's a grind with the Fire Knight though, which is a little bit more difficult than grinding dragons. So that's why I haven't really gone that direction quite yet. So pretty cool stuff. We're doing 23 million on average now on Nightmare. Obviously, we want to eventually maybe try to get that up to a 1 key. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but we're gonna try our best to get there. Ultra Nightmare, we've actually gone up as well, And we're going to actually take a look at a run on Ultra Nightmare here in just a second, and then when that's over with, we'll come back and we'll kind of talk about the results there and where we can go from here. Alright guys, so you saw the run there on Ultra Nightmare. We did just a little over 16 million damage on that key. You can see here, I've done my 2 Ultra Nightmare keys for the day, and we're right at 33.56 million damage on Ultra Nightmare. So the number we need to be thinking about here is 70 million. So if we could get it more on average north of that 17 million, where we can do a 4-key Ultra Nightmare, we'd be able to actually move over to doing this clan boss full time as we continue to improve the team. Either way, so I did 2 runs today. I think we just had the 16 million run. I did about 17, a little bit over 17 million on the key earlier today. Last week we were only doing between 13 and 14 million damage. So just again, putting that toxic set on Battle Sage has now given us about an extra 3 million damage. So really big improvement there, and as I said, I'm really super excited to see what happens once we get a couple more champions on this team into that toxic set, in addition to also hopefully getting a pair of crit rate gloves for both Maneater and Seeker, because that's also holding our damage back quite a bit at this point. So that's kind of what we're going to be focusing on in the next week going forward. As I said, I'm going to do these videos probably once a week just to kind of show you guys how this comp is doing, kind of update. Hopefully we're going to be improving each week with the damage numbers. It's pretty cool so far what's been going on, given where we started and given that this is kind of an unorthodox unkillable team here with the Battle Sage in the lead. So pretty exciting. I'm having a lot of fun tinkering with this, kind of building it the way I want to, having a lot of fun doing something that not a lot of other people have done. So it's pretty cool times. Anyways guys, as always, if you have any questions about anything you saw in the video, feel free to leave them down below in the comments and I'll do my best to get to those. As always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.